Okay, guys, so I'll be waiting for you again. I didn't record the previous meeting. Yeah, the previous 40 minutes. Sorry about that because I forgot. Yeah, but okay, the rest of the meeting is gonna be on Moodle. All right. Okay, I have 8 participants. Okay, I'm waiting for the other ones. Okay, 9. Okay, 10 people. I'm missing 4, like 4 people more. Okay, where are the other ones?
Ay, Dios mío.
Okay, just 8 people, solo 8. Espero los demás, ok, para continuar. I'm gonna be waiting for the other ones to continue. Ok, les aclaro acá, pues antes de continuar, cada 40 minutos toca parar y volver a reiniciar la reunión porque así funciona Zoom. Eh, Cualquiera de los que uno utilice, si no es premium, no lo deja uno continuar por más de 40 minutos. Las grabaciones, les voy diciendo acá, aprovecho para ir diciéndoles, las grabaciones de las reuniones las voy a dejar ahí en Moodle en la unidad 3. Comienza en la unidad 3, después puedo dejar otras en la unidad 4 y en la 5, que son las 3 que vamos a trabajar este corte, 3, 4 y 5. Normalmente o sea, todo lo voy a poner ahí. Lastimosamente ahorita olvidé darle el botón grabar en la anterior reunión, en los anteriores 40 minutos. Entonces como que se perdió un poco de lo que de pronto se haya hecho ahí, pero bueno, ustedes todos estuvieron pendientes de qué estaba pasando ahí. Ok, ya, parece que ya están todos. Creo que me falta solo uno. Ok. Mm, okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Okay,
Yes.
that's okay. All right. Good. So I'm going to continue. So Moodle. All right. So I want you to pay attention here because it is necessary for you guys to check what I'm doing on Moodle. Okay. Good. I'm going to log in again. Good. Here you are, English 5. Okay, as I told you, term number 1 is Unit 1, Unit 2. Term number 2 is Unit 3 or M5. And term number 3 is Unit 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so let's revise again Unit number 1 just to make sure that we do everything okay. Earthquakes, future fuel, legal fight, take a deep breath. And you need to vocabulary practice, artificial intelligence, vocabulary, artificial intelligence 2, and assessment, cell phones. Okay, so those are the units. So what I'm going to do is to get your grades here. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to export this into export into Excel spreadsheet. Okay. All right, so submit, and here you are. I'm gonna download your grades. Okay, as you see, I downloaded already. So I'm going to open up this here in my computer. Let me share my screen. Okay, processing, good. Okay, let me show you. All right, here you are, Moodle. Okay, can you see the Excel spreadsheet? Can you guys confirm, please, that you can see the Moodle, the Excel spreadsheet?
Yes.
Mhm. Good. Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so here, what I'm going to do is that I'm not going to need your ID numbers. So what I'm going to do is to say equals concatenar, good, okay, to unify your names because here it pops up differently. Okay, there you are. Now scroll down, Control C, paste the special only the format. Now I can erase and can you eliminate these columns? Here you are. Now I have the full names here. Okay, and I'm going to erase these columns again. We won't need it. And okay, earthquakes, force of nature, the future of fuel, Lego fights, music pirates, take a deep breath. We don't need this. Category totem, it's not necessary at all. Vocabulary practice, artificial intelligence, vocabulary, artificial intelligence, cell phones. That was the last one. And I think category total, and this is not necessary again, because that's a sum they make and we never use it. Okay, now let me give some format here. Okay, here you are, the format, and tune. Here I'm gonna write the final grade. Okay, I'm gonna type this here, and I'm going to add this row that is going to be called test. And here ID number now, full name. Okay, full name, and let me make some corrections here. Okay, here you are. These spaces here, these spaces you see, okay, can you see these lines? All right, these spaces means 1.0. What I'm going to do is to say, all right, so Control B, replace the lines for 1.0 and replace all, okay? So here you are. Right. Okay, now what I'm going to do is to say equals, all right, because I assume that here the maximum grade was 100. Here the maximum grade was 100 again. But maybe in some parts, sometimes happens that the maximum grade could be 50 and no more, or sometimes 34 because of the punctuation that the platform gives you. What I'm going to do is to say equals max and let me know what is the maximum grade here. Okay, I close the brackets and as you see, 100 is the maximum grade. Here, okay, I have the maximum grade per each column. Now, what I'm going to do is to say, once again, equals sum, okay, I'm going to add to get the maximum punctuation, enter. The maximum punctuation here is 800. As you see, 100, 2, 3, 400, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That is correct. 800 is the maximum score you can have here. Now, what I'm going to do again is to say, all right, if the maximum score is 800, I'm going to make the rule again. So I'm going to divide 50 divide into 800, and it gives me 0.006. Okay, I'm going to multiply this per this number, and I have this. As I press enter, you will see that it is going to convert this number into 50. Enter. No, so it means that I have to say more or less 67, no, 64, no, 63, 62, 63 more or less. Yeah, that is 50, 60, 63. It's 60, 62, 29, something like that, but sometimes, okay, 27, 26, okay, 25. Yeah, here you are. Okay, this is the maximum, which is 50 points. Now, I'm going to scroll this up again and, okay, round the number. Okay, here you are, the grades. Now, I want you to pay close attention because I'm going to do something delicate. Okay, and hold on. All right, now, this is the grade of Bernal, right? As I do this movement, Bernal has to have the same grade, okay? Bernal, yeah, okay, the same grades. Okay, here you are. Okay, this is the grade that I have for Moodle for this term. Okay, what I'm going to do right now is to pass the grade again. Okay, so I'm gonna come back to the internet, okay, and type Moodle. But hold on, I forgot something. Let me do something here again. Now, this is the maximum score. This is out of 50. But as I told you, Moodle is not 50 points for this term. It was just 20%. And 20% is equals like 30 points. So what I'm going to do is, again, to say, all right, divide 30 points into 800 parts. And it gives me this grade. And I'm going to Control V, and it doesn't allow me to do it this way. Okay, 29. Okay, once again. Okay, 35. Yeah, okay, 30 points, no more than 30 points. And I'm going to do the same, exactly the same that I did. And so the maximum grade now is 30 points. So I'm going to pass this to your list. Okay, that way it was the 20% of your grade. Okay, so let me share again the list. Okay, here you are. Okay, and so I'm going to type the grades for Moodle. Bernal, Jenny, Jennifer, Lina Maria, Holguín, Orjuela, okay, Pinilla, Pinzón Camacho, Quintero, Rincón, Rodríguez, Sanchez, and Vasquez. Okay, good. Here you are. And hold on, Mural, 3 points. Okay, that's maximum grade. Okay, here you are, your finals. These are your finals. Any questions here?
No.
No questions? Okay, just if any case maybe there's a mistake, there is something you gotta tell me, you can tell me afterwards by typing me, by texting me in WhatsApp, okay? Good. All right, now let me continue. All right, so here you are this, and according to the attendance, hold on, because I'm going to show you this. And it is here, not here. Okay, edit, paste special, only values, because this is third term already, second term already. So this is March 19. Okay, so term 1 equals sum and the quantity I have until this column. Okay. Okay. Good. Here you are your absences. Okay. So this is the total of absences this term. Okay. Right. And all right. And that's all for this part. Okay. According to the contents for this term, as you can see here, we have history, politics, and society, food and nutrition, art and design, strategies for answering questionnaires, predicting content, and art and design. Then we have as vocabulary, urban drift, work, food preparation, art materials. And we are going to study these units you can see here. According to this, today is March 19th. We are going to study unit 3.1 of book number 5. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of seconds, minutes to take your copies out because I'm going to give you some information that is going to be crucial for you, okay? Get your copies on hand. Okay, here you are. So you guys ready? You have the copies on your hands?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
teacher.
everyone? Okay, good. Okay, hold on. And I'm going to do something. Okay, I'm going to silence everyone because I need you to pay attention to this. And as I need you to answer, activate your microphone and deactivate the microphone, okay? Okay, so we are going to talk about world history. We are going to study vocabulary of war, and we are going to talk about World War II. Good. This unit, it's not easy at all right? You'll have to study because this is a different unit. It is not just about the vocabulary you are going to study because that's a very, very technique vocabulary to talk about history. As I told you, we're going to talk about history because as you present any TOEFL evaluation exam or Michigan exam or any exam, you are going to require to know the vocabulary to talk about in a technical way to talk about war history, okay? And today we are going to talk about World War II. Okay, here it is not just about reading this paper you have here. You'll have to watch videos about World War II, and I really, really recommend you to watch videos about World War I. Okay? Why? Because you won't understand. It is like if I say, okay, today we are going to watch a movie. What movie, teacher? Matrix second part. And you're going to say, Matrix second part? Yeah, not the first part. So to understand the second part, you will have to go back and see and watch the first part of the movie, because that way you won't understand anything at all. Anything. All right? Because to be able to understand the history of World War II, it is necessary, strictly necessary, that you guys please study World War I. Okay? Just as a form of review, there was something happening in the war in World War I. And it is extremely necessary that you guys have the dates on your hand, on your minds, yeah? The dates, the years when it happened, who was involved in World War I. So I'm going to recommend you to watch some videos. I'm going to put these videos on Moodle. That way you can watch what happened in World War I and what is happening in World War II. Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you just the video. I'm going to put on Moodle and okay for World I. Hold on. And there is simplified. Okay, oversimplified, hold on. Yeah, and it is a good video of this, and hold on, I'm going to share my screen now, just to let you know what is happening here. Okay, World War I, yeah, summary of Great War. But, hold on, because there is some better one. Yeah, this one. World War I in 6 minutes. It's a good one, so I recommend you this. No worries, I'll give you the URL for you to watch it afterwards. I'm going to show you just a little part, right? I need you guys to tell me to confirm if you can hear any sound.
The politics of 19th century Europe were messy.
Okay, can you hear the sound?
Yes,
Yes.
teacher. Yes.
Okay, good.
What's changed? It was made up of various empires spreading across the world, trying to show each other who was the biggest power. They each built up massive armies to stave off war, thinking that everyone else would be too scared to fight against them, or so they thought. Things all changed when a gang of Yugoslav nationalists who didn't like being part of Austria-Hungary shot the Austro-Hungarian Archduke Franz Ferdinand while he was in Sarajevo. Swiftly, the Austro-Hungarian Empire declared war on Serbia. Russia came in to aid Serbia, so Germany decided to declare war on Russia. Knowing that France would go to war with Germany, Germany decided to attack France quickly and invaded via neutral Belgium and Luxembourg, and because of this, Great Britain stepped in to stop the Germans getting any closer. It was a mess of allegiances and old rivalries, with two sides forming, the Allies and the Central Powers. And so began what became known at the time as the Great War, the war to end all wars. A new form of warfare evolved as these fully industrialised armies with engines, machine guns, airplanes and new chemical gas weapons fought against each other. It was the dawn of modern warfare. At the time, national pride was at an all-time high and men were proud to go off and fight for their country. It was seen as a romantic idea to go off and be a hero. Boys as young as 12 managed to lie their way into the army ranks, only to discover that it was not such a sweet and honourable thing to die for one's country. Germany marched on Paris but was stopped by the French, and both sides dug themselves into trenches on what became known as the Western Front. On the Eastern Front, the Russians invaded Austria-Hungary, but were stopped in Eastern Prussia by the Germans. The Ottoman Empire joined in on the side of the Central Powers in 1914. More and more nations from all over the world joined the fight as the war spread across Europe. Trench warfare was quite terrible. Each army would dig a long network of trenches in the ground, fortifying the front with barbed wire and sandbags. It was a long stalemate where neither side dared advance on the other. Machine guns were a new and very effective weapon. When the time was right, the army would climb up over the top and charge across no man's land to the enemy trench and capture it, thus gaining more land and taking another step towards their goal. At least that was the plan. Spirits were high at least when the first Christmas came by. Both forces climbed out of their trenches to celebrate Christmas together and talk, share stories and play football. When Christmas ended, they would climb back into their trenches to become enemies once again. Conditions in the trenches were dreadful. Soldiers in France and Belgium found their feet rotting away from the constant damp. In contrast, Australia, New Zealand and Ottoman soldiers fighting in Gallipoli had blisteringly hot trenches where rain...
It's okay till now. As you see, it is really necessary for you guys to study the map of Europe. And I'm going to ask you to study that because you won't understand anything about the topic if you don't understand the situation, the years, the problems they had in World War I, the lands they were fighting. They were, for example, Germany wants to take some parts of France, and France is fighting against Germany, and there was England included, involved, and there was a lot of things. There were a lot of things that you have to understand before we start with this chapter. All right? Okay. Now, the same thing I'm going to do with World War II. In World War II, oversimplified, this is a good one, but okay, this is just in a couple of minutes, 7 minutes, but why this one? Why I recommend this one? Because you can study, pause and play, and try to understand what they are saying, because they say it so quickly, but it is going to give you a very good view of what happened in World War I and World War II. Okay? Good. Now, I'm going to share again this screen. You guys tell me if it's working well.
One man's tyranny.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Yeah, no problem.
Yep.
Right. Okay, so here you are. Some vocabulary you are going to use. One man's tyranny. I imagine that you guys understand what it refers to. And the second part, Blutius conflict, conspire to formally declare war, destructive force, bring hostilities to a close. Okay, these are some technical expressions that we are going to use this in this session, yeah, with world history, talking about war. Okay, so okay, here you are the reading, and I'm going to read just a part of this, but I want you to continue by your own, because you are going to find some things that maybe you won't understand if you are not ready for this. As you guys finish to read this, I recommend you to get the vocabulary, the whole vocabulary. See, if you find any word that maybe you don't understand, please, okay, have a search in your dictionaries. For this part, I'm going to recommend again. Let me share my screen again. Let me share my screen, and I'm going to recommend you guys use for this Lingui again. Okay, this is excellent for this kind of vocabulary, because that's not easy to be understood. But in the context. So, for example, you are going to say, all right, what is hostility? That's something easy. Hostility. hostility. All right, you type here, you have the pronunciation, listen up.
Hostility. Hostility.
Okay, you can find the difference between American English and British English. Okay, all right. And here you have these words in context, okay? Context, that's what I want. Context, context. As you see, hostility can mean hostilidad, but sometimes you can translate this like enemistad, right? Or maybe, yeah, enemistad, hostilidad, problema, I don't know, right? So this dictionary will help you a lot with this, okay? Okay, so I'm going to start with this part of the reading, and you are going to continue with the next part. And I'm going to give you something to do on EducaPlay, which is a very great page, great site. There, I'll show you what to do, okay? Right, throughout history, the fates of millions of peoples have often rested on the decisions of just a few individuals. That is certainly true of World War II. Most historians agree it was one of man's tyranny that brought about World War II, the bloodiest conflict the world has ever seen, costing 55 million lives. 55 million lives. Once again, okay, now we are living like a kind of biological conflict, but we are not talking about 55 million lives, I hope. All right? Adolf Hitler wanted to reclaim territory that he had been taken from Germany after World War I. He also conspired to build a large German empire across Central and Eastern Europe. All right, so you say across Central and Eastern Europe. All right, once again, I'm going to recommend you that you maybe Google this, okay? For example, here, okay, central part of Eastern Europe. Okay, so and what countries are in East Central Europe? Okay, Europe is divided into parts. Okay, Central Europe, Eastern Europe, okay, Western Europe. Okay, so I want you to check what it is. Okay, so you can help yourself with some maps here. Yeah, and there are some sites that explains this. Okay, so what countries we are talking about. Okay, you guys follow me?
Yep.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
Okay, it sounds a little bit boring, but that's what you have to do if you want to understand the reading and the topic we are going to talk about. Okay. Then Japan saw an opportunity to open hostilities with the US after decades of political conflict. Then, in December 1941, Japanese forces attacked an American naval base in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, killing 2,330 servicemen and women. As a result, the USA, Britain, and Australia formally declared war on Japan. The war had become truly global, and it would take the earth-shattering event to an end, a nuclear attack. Okay, so for example, this kind of expressions, earth-shattering. Okay, what is earth-shattering event? What it can call that. All right, and so you are going to check the vocabulary. Okay, so exercise for the next class. I only have 5 minutes left for this part of the session, so I'm going to do it quickly. What you're going to do is to read, yeah? Clarify your questions. Read, watch the videos, and visit Moodle, okay? Hold on again. Okay. You're gonna go to Moodle, Yeah, and visit, okay, Unit 3. Here in this part, you're going to find here, in this space, you're going to find the video, the video of this session, 2 videos to understand World War I and World War II, and the activity, yeah, right away. So as soon as I finish this session with you guys, in a couple of minutes, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to send a photograph to the group in WhatsApp, sorry, because that way you can see what's going on, okay? Right, so one of the things I'm going to do is to go to Educa Play. So this time I want you to maybe make a registration in Educa Play, because afterwards we are going to do some activities, okay? And let me show you the activity I prepared for you guys. Conditional World War II. Okay, here you are. Okay, this is based on the book. This is based on the reading. This is based on the vocabulary. And this is a crossword, so you just press start. You can do it both on your cell phone or maybe on your laptop, no problem, right? So, for example, question number 1, he was the US president during most of World War II. So, besides, you have to maybe have a search on the net, okay? If you don't find it, but you can find all the answers, maybe in the chapter. Try to find the chapter, because I use the chapter to prepare these questions, okay? This is not out of the chapter, but if you want to do it quickly, more quickly, you can go search the net, okay? Here you are. As soon as you finish, you can print or maybe make a screenshot of everything. Yeah, I finish it. So you can do something like this, save it, print it, as we see each other, as this problem with the pandemic or finishes, and we have another counter. I want you to keep this with you and show me, okay, this is what I did, teacher. But before the next class, I want you to do it, because if not, you are not going to understand any word I'm saying, okay? So you can also send this to my WhatsApp before, yeah, say, teacher, I finished, but private, okay? Right? You guys follow me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Any questions? I have 2 minutes left. Any questions?
No, the grades teacher. What is the
Oh,
final
okay.
grades in Discord?
Okay, yeah, for this term. As I told you, you have the URL in your WhatsApp. If not, I'm going to resend that again, and you can watch your all your grades, okay? You can see your grades there, and maybe if you have any questions, feel free to ask after I finish this session, okay? Okay, any other question?
Okay, teacher. No.
No? All right, this is like a part of the homework. I'm going to finish the class right now, because you are going to spend some time with this. I recommend you to do it before the next class, because if not, you won't understand anything, okay? Right, so that's all for today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask by WhatsApp, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Okay, have a good night.
Good
Enjoy the reading. Learn a lot, okay? You have a lot of things to do. Okay,
Sleep
see
a lot.
you.
See you later.
See you.
Okay, see you.
Okay, bye.